September 29th, 2023, here with your live show. We're live 7 days a week, 365 days a year. It is our last morning show of the year that we're going through the entire Major League Baseball card. The playoffs will start next week. Possibly, there will be wild card games on Tuesday. There might be a one-game playoff on Tuesday. I don't know. It's a real mess after
Have
last night.
one now on that Tuesday. Well, we got an inning.
No, that's on Monday.
Oh, it's on Monday. Oh, it's an
That's on
inning.
Monday. The wild card all four series are set to start on Tuesday. But if there's a one-game playoff to get in, then it won't be. But the thing is that it looks like they have a tiebreaker system. So the Marlins own the tiebreak over the Cubs. So what will happen is that if after the Cubs get swept out in Milwaukee, if you count that Marlins game as a loss, if it doesn't affect the standings, then they won't replay it. If it would count, if a Marlins loss or win would matter, then they will finish out the game. So that's the way that it works. It's weird, man. Where did that come from?
What happened there?
I don't know.
You froze and the like button popped up.
I have no idea what happened. I'm frozen now, right?
Yeah, you're froze.
It's so weird, man.
It's like he's showing people how to give people the thumbs up.
Who asked you?
We're going to draw spinach in your teeth now.
Look, I'm frozen here too. It's so weird, man. It's so weird, dude. Let's see what's going on.
How was your day yesterday, Chris?
You and I talked before the show. I mean, I felt a little bit dirty with that Sam Houston State game, but 3-1. I was happy about it. Can't go wrong. I mean, well, you can, but you got to take the good days to appreciate the bad ones. But I want to be courteous and ask, how was yours? I know I know it didn't necessarily go as you had planned, but how was yours?
It was a rough one, man. Had a winning day staring it down, and it just didn't come to fruition, man. Let's start with the Monday Marlins game getting suspended with Jesus Luzardo, man. 8 shutout innings, 10 Ks, or 7 shutout innings, 10 Ks. He was the guy we thought he was. The offense didn't show up until late, but that game got suspended, so that win didn't go through, even though they're winning. What else happened? Sam Houston happened to me yesterday. 6.5. It went to 7, probably 20, 30 minutes after I put the play in, and I kind of had that feeling but yeah, that was dirty. To have the lead and then to lose the game still and not cover.
I'm a fixer. That's what I am.
There you go. And then of course the Rangers, man, a chance to clinch the playoff berth. Up 2-1, had dominated the game against a team we've dominated all season. And then I kind of hinted at it yesterday, too, when I talked about Raggins getting traded to the Royals for Mr. Chapman. He just gives it up like he just seems to always do. So that was my day yesterday. Looked to bounce back today on Friday.
Well, Knock was absolutely dominating yesterday in that performance.
7 Ks, beautiful.
It was all knock out there. Even with Ruffolo, he was. You could see him kind of looking around, saying, "You guys sure Ruffolo picked me today?" He's kind of like he's looking around, but
Sam Houston had it, man. Yeah, they did.
He was dealing.
I called Knock yesterday. I said, "Look, I'm sorry I've bashed you all season." I said, "Can you do me a solid here? I need to get the guys off my back a little bit." He's like, "Sure." He's like, "I can't promise we're going to finish the game."
I think we're going to hire the Jay Giles band as handicappers here on the site since they can predict the future. They wrote the song many years in advance. That is Love Stinks. Yeah. Love Stinks.
Yeah, Love Stinks. Yeah, we didn't even talk
it's on my do not bet list. Straight trash. Busted up my parlay.
All that.
All that.
All of the above.
It was one of those games. It was like I was gonna not put a pick in the game, and then I did, and it was like, oh man, what are they doing? I don't know. Oh, we got college football tonight. We've got
Some meaningful baseball, good baseball card.
yep, and we got the more I look at tomorrow's college football card, the more I like it. So I see a few games out there that I actually like. Miami didn't lose the game. They didn't lose it. So the game got post suspended.
Yeah.
The Marlins scored 2 runs in the top of the ninth, and then they suspended the game after 3 hours. After 3 hours of waiting, it's wet under the field. Then Marlins, I mean, they were fuming.
Yep.
They refused to talk to the press after the game, which I always like.
Me too, Todd. Me too.
Mel Tucker wrongfully fired. At least he claims. Yeah, phone sex with a rape victim. That's always good. It's really good. We're a role model. Just a role model. Hey, send your kids to Michigan State, man. It's been a real good run for their athletic department. Don't you just wonder, like, what the hell's going on there?
Yeah.
It's like Penn State had it, now Michigan State. Michigan State's been on the gymnastics thing, now this. It's like, the hell's going on over there? Mel Tucker. I was wrongfully fired. What's right? What would rightfully then be?
I mean, how did Michigan State do the last few years? Would that have been rightfully fired?
I don't know. Tristan McKenzie's pitching tomorrow. For what reason? I don't know.
Also on the list, my guys, I like McKenzie.
He's pitching tomorrow. It's like, why? Yeah. Why is he pitching tomorrow?
Or like I saw Dylan Cease pitching today. Hasn't he been out for a little bit? And he just popped up.
So the Mets, they can't get the field ready to play. Then they
tied.
Then they do last night's deal. I don't know, man. Maybe they should just pack it in. Maybe it's because Buck Showalter sucks.
Who, the Mets?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean, they played well yesterday. I mean, they played well. I mean, they just let it go in the end to a team that was more desperate and had more to play for.
Chris, we didn't do South Carolina, Tennessee on our live show yesterday, did we?
I don't know. I don't think we did.
You left a wealth of material on the table there.
I'm sorry.
I didn't want to talk about the Cox yesterday.
That bit never gets old. I've been using that one since I was 6. Oh, wash your mouth out with soap.
I don't know who would volunteer to rattle the cocks.
Right.
I asked Chris on the show and said, "You're gonna grab our cocks or what?"
Might gotta grab him in Tennessee, man.
Okay, you might not want to say grab, considering what we just talked about.
Nah, might gotta grab him in Tennessee, man.
Oh.
Big total in that one. There looks to be some good blowouts this weekend. I mean, last weekend looked like, could have been, but. All right, I guess we can get started.
Let's do it.
Got college football, and it all starts with NC State, Louisville. Chris.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Louisville here, laying the points. I went back and forth over this game last night as the night progressed, and I got more and more into Louisville. They've looked really good offensively. NC State, they scored 24 points in each of their games against FBS opponents this year, and I think Louisville's going to bring to the table closer to what we saw with NC State against Notre Dame than we did against Virginia and UConn. I think Louisville comes in on the road. They win this one by a touchdown. Like I said, I wasn't high on Jack Plummer coming into the year, and the combination with Coach Brom, but it's worked well for Louisville early, and I just don't think that NC State's going to have the answers to keep this one within the number. So give me Louisville laying the points.
I didn't like how NC State mucked around with Virginia last week. Virginia's not good. That's not a good football team, in my opinion. And I just think they're going to have some of those same struggles against this Louisville team. I'm with Chris Plummer. He's not like one of the elite guys, in my opinion, in college football, but he's serviceable. His numbers are solid. This offense has scored on damn near everybody they played. I think they definitely put up some points here on NC State. I would look at laying the points with Louisville in this one as well. Maybe an over as well.
It's a tough one. I have so little faith in both these teams. I hated the way NC State looked against Notre Dame, but Louisville's not nearly as good as Notre Dame. Jeff Brom is a shitbag of a coach. We saw that at Purdue. Yeah, God, do you really want to lay the hook on the road at night in Raleigh? I don't think so. I just don't think so. It just seems too much of a sucker bet here. I'm back and forth on this game. I think I like Louisville on the money line, but I think I'm going to take NC State with the points. I just think that at home at Raleigh, they're generally pretty tough to pack. Pack it in. Louisville, I think, is always overrated. And Jeff Brom, I mean, he's a shit stain. We know that. He can't do anything, right? He's terrible. I love on this show. We can say what we feel.
Yep.
You know, we don't have to hold it back. You know, some of those other shows out there.
Tay Brown says NC State quarterback is awful. He's a left-handed Baker Mayfield.
You think Tony Mieja is going to be on here when we get him? Shit stain and stuff. I think we can get him.
It's worth trying.
Doesn't seem the type, man. I've talked to him for quite some time. He's super respectful about past employers, which is not a good sign, but we'll see how. He's worked at all the dirty tricks committees, so we'll be sure we're not going to let it slide. That's for damn sure. We're not just going to let it slide by. We'll be asking all the good questions. That's the only reason I hired him.
Yep, tough game here though.
Should we call Bitler and ask him to pronounce Louisville for us? Because there's in Louisville there's actually like they have signs like these are like the 10 pronunciations of Louisville, but like none of them are Bitlers.
He's like Louisville.
Louisville. Louisville.
All right. Beavers against the Utes. Joe Pesci's favorite team. Couple of Utes. My cousin Vinny. College football. The Utes. Brooklyn bound. Jay, it's all you. DJ, you or I don't think Cam Rising's playing with this.
No, I don't think he is.
I don't think he is either, but it's kind of like what Mitch said in that last one. I missed the number is what I'm going to say. I missed the number on Oregon State. I wanted them under the 3. I think I'm going to take Oregon State money line. I think Oregon State wins this football game. I just think we saw last week how tough it is to play in Oregon, although it is Oregon, not Oregon State, but I still think it's a tough place to go and to play overall. Utah, they have been good this year, and they've been better than advertised. I will say that, but I just think that it all comes to an end today, man. I think they dropped this one on the road. It's going to be a bad loss in the end. No, am I crazily in love with laying points with DJU, a guy who I bashed for multiple years? No, but I think that the team around him is a little better than what Utah's putting out on the field. I agree with Oregon State being the favorite. I'm gonna just take them straight up on the money line in this one.
I think it all comes down to that age-old question for me: what's worse than Cade Klubnik in a college football game? And according to Dabo Swinney, who had a very good opportunity to evaluate the situation, he said DJU was worse than Cade Klubnik on a college football field. And I have to tend to agree with him because I think I think certain quarterbacks have a skill. Like last night, we saw that Jordan Love certainly has the potential to be an overthrower, right? I mean, he could be a career overthrower. Maybe he was just jacked up on the situation. I don't know. He's kind of young. But one thing we know, like Mac Jones is a dirt thrower, right? He throws the ball in the dirt all the time. And DJU kind of just is a head scratcher, right? You're just not even sure what the hell he's trying to do out there. And I think against an Oregon defense that's just a bunch of crazed dogs, I think Utah's got a chance to pull the outright upset. I think with Johnson in there at quarterback, he adds that two-headed monster mentality and something that Oregon State had very little success stopping last week. Yeah, I know he didn't go to Incarnate Word. He doesn't have that kind of experience on his resume like Ward does, but we are 3-0 in Incarnate Word quarterbacks, or 4-0, right? Former Incarnate Word quarterback games this season in college football. But I don't know. I like Johnson, and I think they've been splitting snaps in practice, Rising and Johnson. So we might see Rising in there. I think we're still going to see Johnson. I think Oregon State's in for a world of hurt. I know they have this long winning streak at home and all that stuff, but I'll tell you what, these winning streaks, they die and they die hard. They come down, and no one busts up a home winning streak or parlay like DJU. We know that, Chris. Bust up.
Yeah, that we do.
Busted up.
Yeah. I'm going to take the under 44.5 here. I think it's just going to be,
That's my exasperated.
I think it's the best play here. Like Jay said, I think the value got sucked out of the number if you want Oregon State.
There wasn't value at 3.5. There was no value there. What, 4.5? There's no value.
It was 2.5 for a while. You could have caught the 2.5.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If you caught it early enough and caught 2.5, I think that's where the value was. But 4.5, I could see Utah sort of sneaking in there and getting the cover, maybe giving themselves a shot to win it outright. But I think it's going to be a low-scoring, hard-hitting, physical game, grinded-out style. Two teams with fantastic defense, and also two teams that like to run the football. So I'm going to go with the under 44.5 here. I think this is just, like I said, a low-scoring battle.
What kind of questions are you going to ask Tony Mieja on your show, Jay? Are you going to ask him if Ralph Michaels really blows or it's just an expression?
I haven't put much thought into the material. I might got
because I've heard that about him. I've heard he blows.
But
I didn't know if it was like actual, like, is that what they mean, or is it just a figure of speech? Sometimes it's tough to tell. I got a list. I got a list.
For sure.
I only hired him for the material. Think about on a slow day what we could do with that guy on the show. Thing is, he's actually a really nice guy and he'll be a good straight man. We don't have enough of those anymore. We always convert them over. Ruffolo used to be my straight man back in the day. that got ugly after about a year and a half. Now he's in on all the gags. He was nervous to be on the show.
It's just like, now you know too much.
You ask him, he doesn't know how to answer the question. Yep. Gets bad fast. It starts nowhere and it just heads downhill from there.
This is the peak.
Yeah, it's like you get your intro, and that's about it. Wayne was here like the record, like 15 seconds. It's like, shoot, man. Giovanni always handles it really well. He just smiles and laughs. He like smiles, laughs, and then he goes on with the question like no one asked him. You know, it's like
You
you
gonna
tap.
answer what we asked you or what?
He doesn't. He just smiles, he laughs, and then he carries on with whatever he was saying. UTEP against La Tech. UTEP -1. I don't know, man. I took La Tech in the video, but I think I'm going to change course just to piss people off. I got nowhere to go. I think UTEP, it's just weird that they're favored, right? I mean, they've been a bowl team like the last couple of years, and this year clearly not. Just something looks funny. Something smells funny. I'll take UTEP at home at night. Chris?
Ugh. Ugh. That's all I can say about this game. Is like, see, it's so bad that Mitch got up and ran away. It's like it's that bad. Like this game is terrible. God, I'll lean towards Law Tech just because I can't stand UTEP, but it's bad because like you got to look at the health of Hank Bachmeyer, who's it's bad enough that Law Tech's starting quarterback is Hank Bachmeyer, um, and he might not even be playing. So just go with the under here. Just expect a, pardon my French, a shit stained matchup, and just two teams that are just mucking around between the 20s for 60 minutes. So I'll take the under 50.5, lean towards Law Tech.
Chris, I'm a lean La Tech.
I was gonna say it's a Texas team. You can.
Nah, UTEP is shit, man. They got blown up by Northwestern. Northwestern blew their doors off. Right. I had UNLV last week, man, but La Tech, they're just as bad. Nebraska beat these guys by 2 touchdowns. We know how bad Nebraska is, and their quarterback, and what's going on there. It's a pick between two Eagles. Small lean for me, guys, in the lean of La Tech. I'm not rushing to the window to bet this one. No, to be honest, this one might not even make the TV tonight.
I mean, I think it's. I don't know if even it's crazy to say, but I don't know if the UTEP loss to Northwestern was much of a surprise. I think it was a surprise that at one point they were favored over Northwestern. I think they were on the road in that game. I could be wrong. Yeah, they were on the road at Northwestern, and the line was like flip-flopping back and forth through 0. And UTEP hadn't beaten a Power 5 team since the 60s. I think that's the thing I remember. It was either 1962 or 1966 or something like that, where UTEP, that was the last time that UTEP beat a Power Conference team. So it was like, was I surprised that UTEP lost that game? No. Was I surprised they were a favorite? Yeah. Would it have surprised me if UTEP beat Northwestern? Probably not. So it's like I don't know.
Right.
It's this game is absolutely.
College football broke my heart last night, so I'm just treading lightly tonight, and I'm gonna be back on board. That was Chris. I got the lead with 13 seconds, man. I got the lead.
Look, take it from me. A lot of bad things can happen in 13 seconds.
I already know. That's why I call college football the land of the heartbreak. It is. All my worst losses I feel like I've ever witnessed betting have been in college football. Like even the meaningless 3 in college basketball don't do you as bad. It don't feel as bad as getting backdoored like in college football. It's just like, oh my god. What do you think? You think
the meaningless 3 is worse.
You think so?
Oh, the meaningless 3 is worse. I remember I had like an 8. This is before I really started to scale back on parlays. I had like a legit 18 parlay that was paying out about $4,000. Got down to the last game, and the guy hits a half court 3 for nothing, just to bust it up.
That's correct.
I'm back. Don't worry. I know you guys were worried. Where'd he
Mitch
I
go,
was worried that we were
man?
going to have to sit here talking about. I was worried we were going to have to sit here talking about La Tech and UTEP for 15 minutes.
Where'd he go, man? Where is he?
That's what I
Mitch,
said.
Yo, it's like, did Ralph Michaels call and show up at his door? Like, he didn't like the bit.
That's what I said to Jay. I was like, this game's so bad. Mitch got up and ran away.
It's like, Ralph Michaels didn't like the bit. Tough shit. I like the bit.
which one's worse? The meaningless three in college basketball or like getting backdoored in college football?
The meaningless three.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Meaningless three. College football, you fully expect to get backdoored. The meaningless three is just the worst, man. The worst one I had recently was that South Florida against Cincinnati, where it was like, oh my God, man. Just left a mark. It's always like, whew. I'll tell you, but speaking of meaningless threes, I miss my Jimmer, man. I miss my Jimmer. He was the king of it, the meaningless threes. He went out on a meaningless three against Florida in the NCAA tournament. Went out on one. That's how you end your college career, with the meaningless three for the backdoor cover. It was beautiful.
That's how you write it up.
Yep. It's kind of like.
College basketball be here soon too. Cincinnati BYU. This is for me.
Who's logged in as me? Is that you, Chris?
It was me.
No,
You? Jay's logged in as me.
It was me.
I was going to say.
I typed it on my computer instead of my phone, so it
All right.
came out as Mitch.
Trash talking my ass.
Fade your ass.
Fade you, man. I'm just here to fade you. BYU and Cincinnati, Chris.
Do I have to? This game is almost
Big
as bad as-
12. Big 12 matchup.
I know, but it
We got
doesn't
Pac-12,
feel like.
Big 12, and ACC all
I
on
know.
Friday night.
I know. I don't know. I just can't. I haven't been able to get there with Cincinnati.
We can go back to our wager talk jokes. I mean, we could go back
Yeah,
to
well,
that.
I mean-
that, people hate that bit. I mean, they hate it. They hate us trash talking the competitors.
Oh man.
They hate it. I can tell you. I promised I would. I promised that. Well, I said I wouldn't respond to trolls anymore. Anyways,
Yeah, I'm gonna. This game.
I think it's actually blows, though. I think it's actually blows.
Is it?
That could be.
I mean, it makes sense.
Let's take a look at him. Usually I can tell.
I'm gonna take the under 49.5 here. I lean towards Cincinnati here, but I just think this is gonna be another ugly game. BYU hasn't been able to control the lines like they have been in past seasons. In the offense, they can't run the football either, so it forces BYU to be a bit one-dimensional with Keaton Slovis, who's at best. Cincinnati, Ben Bryant.
Slovis.
Not Ben Bryant. Emory Jones. He can take you out of a game pretty fast too. So
He's played well.
he has, but again, Emory Jones, another one of our guys where we know what he's fully capable of. So
BYU's
give me
played
the
a
under
tough
49.
schedule, man. They played a tough schedule.
Yeah. Give me the under 49.5. Lean towards Cincinnati.
You think Mel Tucker was wrongfully fired? Wrongful termination?
Yeah, it was wrongful because we couldn't keep betting against him.
Whoa. Jay, you think Mel Tucker was wrongfully terminated?
Nah, I mean, you can't be a head guy in a position like that teaching young adults and then do shit like that and then still want to be garnered with that respect. So, in other industries, could you have done what he done and probably got away with it and kept your job? Maybe. In this industry, nah, it just ain't gonna fly, my guy. I'm sorry.
BYU against Cincinnati. What? Who you got?
I'm taking the over. I know Chris just took the under. I like that. I like that till I like that. But I'm taking the over in this one. Chris, man, do you know what this is? It's a Friday night Big 12 game. So what's gonna happen? It's gonna be a whole bunch of scoring, back and forth affair, and at the end, it's gonna be who had the most points, who had the ball last. That's what this game is gonna be. Um, these offenses can score points, and I believe this is just gonna be a back and forth Big 12 game in BYU. I think everybody on the side, you're gonna be sweating this one to the very last second. I don't want to touch the side. Give me the over, BY Cincinnati. I like what I've seen from their offenses. In certain spots, I think we can get some points here tonight. I'm taking the over.
Mel Tucker's accuser is the woman who was like a rape victim, right?
Yeah, I think
Speaks
so.
out against rapists and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's who his accuser is. Someone who's would be most offended. I like the under in this one. I'm sick of both these teams already. BYU, we've seen a ton of. They've played a really hard schedule. They are back home, and it is a very, very tough building. I'll tell you that much. But only one thing can overcome a very tough building, and that's Slovis. Yeah, he can take that home field advantage and turn it right upside down. We've seen him do it at other programs. Don't guys like this usually end up at Rice? Isn't that where, like, wayward quarterbacks usually land?
Is that with JT Daniels?
I mean, look at the list.
Yeah.
Miami has had a few guys land at Rice over the years. Like those big time recruits.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I'm going to take the under. He reached out to, right? Tony Mieha did, Jay?
25 a piece at half.
He's going to be on the show.
Who, me?
The afternoon show.
We didn't talk about that. I just told him if he needs anything, he can reach out to me.
Oh, okay. All right, I thought you guys were making plans without us. Plans, the best plans without me and Chris. Sorry, you guys aren't coming. It's like I brought Ruffolo shoe shopping with me in Vegas. It's like, yeah, that was a treat for the sales.
I went shoe shopping with you in Vegas too. That's crazy.
Yeah.
I went shoe shopping with you too.
That's true. You did. But we went to the Nike store where you get no help at all. Me and Ruffalo went to like Nordstrom's or something where they like wait on you.
Went to Dillard's
Yeah,
or
Dillard's.
JCPenney or something.
Yeah. Did we?
Yeah. Because don't you remember I brought you all that Canadian chocolate and you offered it to the shoe salesman?
Yeah. I think they like this.
Yeah, they were. Are you subscribed to our YouTube channel?
Smash that like button.
48 hours in Vegas with Mitch.
Happens.
I
got no Vegas plans until March Madness. Which doesn't mean I'm not open to the impromptu.
We might gotta change that. Yeah, we might gotta change that.
All right.
Kind of missing my pop craps right about now.
Pirates, Marlins. Bubble craps. Correct term.
Bubble craps. There we go.
Push the button. Come on. Push the button.
Jay calling it pop craps. I thought he was talking about something else he had in Vegas.
Because you get it.
We've all had that. That's why I don't eat at the buffets anymore. I got that at the Wicked Spoon at Cosmo. That's yeah. It's like I got some kind of like squid on a stick or something. It was like, oh boy. I gotta go drop the kids in the pool. It's like, this is
Gotta take the Browns to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, this was something bad. Something's happening and it's not good for anyone.
This way comes.
It's a bad day. Pirates against the Marlins. Marlins have got to be pissed, but if the sweep and it doesn't matter. sweep, and it does not matter.
Marlins have a magic number. What's their magic number?
3.
3. Oh, they 3. All right. I'm taking the money Marlins. Of course I am.
They own the tiebreaker over the Cubs. They
I'm
beat the
probably
Cubs
gonna
4-2 this season, so they own the tiebreak. And then they have the lead on the Red Sox. It might be 2. Their magic number might be 2. Number 2. Could be 2. Yeah, because the one in the loss column had it's 3. Any combination of wins or losses by the Cubs. So a win today against Pittsburgh, Cub loss to the Brewers. It'll be 1. You're triggering me with that push the button. Hey, everyone gets a chance to be the shooter. It's easy. Just push.
Push the button.
Everyone gets a chance to be the shooter. Hot shooter.
I can hear it now.
Hot shooter. It's easy. Pirates and Marlins. Who's up?
I took the Marlins.
Jay took the Marlins. I'm on the Marlins too. Hey, Sammy. What's happening? Your mom left. She went to the store. She ditched you. Yeah, you don't like her too much anyway, do you? There he goes.
Yeah, I'm going to lean towards the Marlins as well. I see Edward Cabrera pitching for the Marlins. My only concern for Cabrera is that he hasn't been as strong on the road, but I think the Marlins know the task at hand. I think they come to play here. I think they get the job done. So
the task
give me
at
the
hand.
Marlins.
The task at hand.
Yeah, you trim down that magic number from 3 to 0, you're in. So.
Tigers and the Guardians. Carson Wentz has got a job. Is Carson Wentz on an NFL team?
He's not.
He's out of the league?
He's a free agent.
Nice. No, he's out of the free agent. He's out of the league. If you're a free agent in June, you're a free agent. If you're a free agent in October, you're out of the league. He was out of the league. You know where it could be a good place for him? XFL USFL merger.
Yeah.
Got have some extra teams. They'll need some players. Wentz.
You could go to the NFL Europe and go to the Berlin Thunder or something like that.
There's only one North Dakota State QB left in the NFL after that. Well, Joey Wentz has got a 6.45 ERA. Cal Quantrill, he's part of the problem. I'm going to go with I'll take the Tigers in this one because I'm hopeful for next year.
Hope
rings true. I made it through 7 minutes of The New Bachelor.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
I came out last.
Turned it off, or
last night. I gotta watch it today.
No, you don't. It's unwatchable crap.
Oh.
And I love that stuff.
60-year-olds fighting over a man. I might not tune in, man. They got me.
Nah, they don't got you. Trust me. They don't got you.
They don't got me.
It's way crappy. It's a bad idea.
I'm gonna go with the under 8.5 here. Funny enough, all 10 meetings between these two teams this season have gone 8 runs or less. And Joey Wentz had 2 of his best starts of the season against these Guardians, who still have trouble hitting left-handed pitching, but Cal Quantrill's been solid since returning from the injured list. So I take the under 8.5. This was almost a premium for me.
Almost
made it.
This game almost didn't even get any words out of me. I'm not betting this game. Small lean to the Guardians. I think Quantrill's the better starting option. Joey Wentz is 3-12 for a reason. And it's not like it's because of the Tigers. It's because of his damn self. The Tigers have played well in certain spots. This is, all right, yeah, give me the Guardians. This is just a fade of Joey Wentz. Quantrill, at least he has an excuse. He was coming back from injury. Fade Wentz. Carson Wentz, Joey Wentz, all Wentz. Fade. Y'all remember when y'all said Carson Wentz was better than Dak?
Yeah, I stand by it.
Yeah.
I never said that. I
I,
never
I
said Wentz.
wasn't necessarily saying you two. I'm just saying that they was trying. Yeah, remember that? Boom.
Carson Wentz. Screw you, Carson Wentz. It's the last day of the baseball season. We get to rip everybody. Orioles, 100-game winners. Hundred games they won this year.
It was turned up last
Yeah.
night.
Yeah, that's my concern for backing them here. I do like the Orioles in this game, but I'm concerned about a potential sort of hangover spot for the O's.
Moron.
No, I'm still
We
backing
know.
them.
We know.
What?
Yes.
We have seen it happen before. We've seen teams sort of just come out flat the next day after clinching the division and clinching home field. But I think this game's also about getting some important innings in for John Means, who's still coming back from his injury and figures to be a key piece of this Orioles playoff rotation. So I like the Orioles here. I just can't back the Red Sox. They've been terrible. So give me Baltimore here.
Let me see. So Brewers won yesterday after clinching. Who else clinched? Somebody else clinched. I think they won. I don't know. I've backed the Red Sox in the past few days, and they're dead. They're dead. They're dead. But rushing to the window to bet the O's. Give me the O's. It's the right spot to be, and if they don't win, they just don't win. I refuse to continue to throw money at the Red Sox. Not playing for anything either. So, give me Baltimore. Small lean. Hopefully, Mitch's and Chris's got means shows up today.
I like the under. The under's hit 9 of the last 10 Oriole games. John Means is one nasty, nasty person. I don't know. Is he really? I have no idea. Just saying that, but I'm just thinking that he's pitched really well outside of that first time he pitched this year. And even then, he didn't pitch that bad. He's pitched well. And Nick Pivetta, well, he learned so much. That's what he said. I've learned so much. Yeah, baseball. This is the time of year. I'm with you, man. This is that time of year. That's why nobody else is doing it. Everyone's acting like the season's already over. Let's just pretend it didn't happen. Let's talk about football, man, all the time.
What? Man, another lock I had, man, is gone off the board, man. That was a lock. That was a lock. It was a lock. They're just not messing with me in baseball right now, man. The weather need to go on. I had Taiwan Walker today. Damn. Damn. So guys, I ain't gonna lie to you. That one was in my 3-pack. If you bought that 3-pack, I'm gonna switch it for you here in a second. I got another play. I had 5 total baseball plays today, so 4 now. I'll switch that and put another play in that package. Hey, McGill.
Fading your ass.
Fading his ass.
Fading your ass. Got the right game up?
You taking it in?
In this one?
Yeah.
Let's see. Got. Hang on a second. This is gonna be a mess. Hang on. Not a good idea. Let me see. I can do. Who you guys got? Did you do this one already?
Nah,
I think this is Jay.
that was me.
Yeah.
Give me you say the best pitcher in this rotation. Um, we've been ducking and dodging them all year, man. It ain't Gausman, it ain't Manoa, it ain't Barrios, it ain't I'm missing somebody. Who am I missing, Chris?
Say Gosman, Ryu,
Ryu. It ain't Ryu. There's one more.
Barrios,
White dude. I hate to say that, but the white dude.
Bassett.
Bassett. Yeah, there you go. Bassett. It ain't him neither. It's Yusei Kikuchi, man. And with the Blue Jays currently in the situation that they're in, they gotta win because they don't got it just solely locked up. Y'all know I like fading the Rays. Savale, I gotta fade them today. They don't have nothing to play for. They always locked it up. Think they go through the motions here. I think the Blue Jays play the more important baseball. I think the Blue Jays get this one done. I'm taking them straight up on that money line.
I'm gonna take the Rays just because I know Jay doesn't like them. So I just think it's worked for me really well. Really well so far. So why screw with it? You know.
Yeah, I'm going to stick with the Blue Jays here. Only team with someone to play for. Kikuchi's been arguably their best starter as of late. Maybe it's Chris Bassett, but Yusei Kikuchi is right up there. And yeah, I've been a huge Aaron Savale fan since he was traded to the Rays. I think the Blue Jays find a way to get this one done at home. Must win for Toronto. So give me the Blue Jays here. A win, and they guarantee at least a tiebreaker.
I just don't know if we'll be able to hear Costi here. I brought him in. I just don't know if we can hear him. Let's see. No, I don't hear him. It's in the green. It's weird. It's like this is that same problem we have on the weekends. Guys come in and then we can't hear them. Oh well, we tried. We tried. Oh well, I just figured we were bored to tears here going over the last day of Major League Baseball. It's like springing Costi. He's not in on most of our bits, so we can try out some new material. It's like we need a new straight man. It's like everyone else has been corrupted. Let me see if he'll come here. Let's see if he comes back, if it works. And if he comes back while we're in live mode. Let's see. Let's try it. Let's see. There it goes. Now it works. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, now you work.
yes, I made
Yeah.
it.
See, I figured out how to fix it. See?
I made it to the big times.
Yep. How's it going? Those of you that don't know,
Well,
we
what's
got
up,
Mike Saphir here. We'll get him a nameplate and everything. That's what we do.
It's Purple
like-
Friday over here.
He's like, you got to let me on the show. I'm like, maybe.
Hey, it's how it started with me.
Yeah.
And-
Chris
and then
came
look
on
at
the
it.
show and then he just never left.
I popped on one time and it was like, hey, you want to come back?
Yeah, that was the All-Star break. He's still
Yeah.
here. Yeah, it's generally how it works.
Yeah, see what happens when you show up.
Yeah, all you gotta do is ask, catch us in the right mood. It's Friday, we got nothing else to do. Anyways, what'd you think of that Marlins Mets game last night?
Is that a question for me?
Yeah, we already talked about it.
They're-
We're trying to get
they're-
you up
listen,
to speed.
The Marlins have that. I think they have a 2-game lead right now, right? Into the final wild card.
Half
They're
game.
Half game. So I mean, that's. I don't watch a lot of baseball, honestly. I was all over. I mean, I know this is we're doing baseball right now, but it's all.
That's all we
over-
got. We already did the college football.
Was all over all 4 sides of that Jacksonville State game, trading it all day. So I tune in mostly to football nowadays.
Oh, that was pure luck. That
Until
was pure
playoffs. Until playoffs. The Orioles got the job done finally. They got the 100 games. They locked it up. Magic number. So excited.
I was crying tears.
Maybe you should go back to your old setup in the corner, and then you won't be as upset.
I mean,
Take the Texas Rangers setup and go sit in the corner
Yeah.
You go sit in the corner.
and think about what you've done.
oh man,
Yeah, I don't have the right font going here. I'm trying to fix you. Stalling.
I like to be a little different. It's okay.
Nah, it doesn't look good. It's a bad look.
Bad luck, I know.
It's a bad look. I like it. So I let Costi do some videos, Chris. So what do you think my reaction was?
There's so many, it's hard to peg you down for just one. So
lot of complaining, a lot of putting down.
Okay. So the standard.
Pretty much.
It starts with a T and ends with an E.
It's like you're worthless and you suck. It's like, but we can fix it. It's like a little bit of hope, but
Could be worse. You could have been me and got the what the F is this shit.
hey, if you ever want a good laugh, man, just go type in my first jam session last year in the NBA. It's cringe every time I watch it. It's cringe.
We're all like that. Like, it's like all of our first videos are bad.
Yeah, it's a cringe. But hey, we're here now.
Yeah.
So that'll get better.
You have this game up. What do you guys look at a game when the Rays have nothing to play for, and similar to the Blue Jays? I mean, what's
I just fade Jay.
I took the Blue Jays, so he faded me.
I just fade Jay. Pretty
I
much.
like that.
I'm only here to fade his ass. Fading ass. Bust up my parlay. It's the end of the season. We got nothing. That's why we brought you in. We were hoping for some new material.
Ask me anything you want.
All right. How about
Don't say anything because that could go down a bunch of different avenues.
How about the Braves and the Nationals? We got
Oh,
Winans
wow.
up against Trevor Williams, who's got a paying gig. Trevor Williams is like our guy. He's our number 5 starter. You know, he just logs innings. That's all he does. Does the job.
Think the Braves sit anybody? I know they don't really do that much in baseball. Is there anything that they bring in a couple guys that they think throw them in the lineup, get them some reps before the playoffs?
I think the difference now in baseball is this. So in baseball, what they're doing these days is most of the players have tied into their contracts incentives. So you can't sit the guys. So that's why you see, like in the game where they've already clinched and all that other stuff, clinch best record, Ronald Acuna Jr. is in there, in the 10th inning. I mean, that's why. He's got all kinds of incentives in his contract. You don't think like that 70th stolen base, like he didn't get paid like, $80,000 on that or something. That's what John Gruden used to say about the NFL. He goes, it's garbage time. What are these guys still in there? He's like, man, if you're the head coach and you take this guy out, he's like, you can't. He goes, because he's got some kind of bonus in his contract for sacks. He's like, and this is what he's going to get him.
And the chance of them getting hurt in baseball is completely different than an NFL game where they just get killed. It's a car crash on every game. So, yeah, it's all about rhythm in baseball and taking that into October. So it's going to be I can't wait. I think it's a very exciting time of the year, especially if finally the Orioles
See them
have a
O's
shot.
get bounced second round by the Rays. You can't wait to watch that.
Come on, man. It's Purple Friday, Jay. Purple Friday.
Stop trying to rock the boat, man.
And look, I like the Cowboys this weekend, but now I hope they lose by 50. I hope they lose by 50.
I
That's
was
fair.
hoping that to begin with. I didn't even need a knock on Purple Friday. I was hoping that they would lose by 50 anyways.
We gotta change the name of
Yeah.
the show to Fade J Morning Show.
I like the name. I like the ring of that name.
The Fade J Morning.
Fade J Morning Show. I think it could work.
Yeah, crack me up.
The Fade Show featuring the one and only Jay Briggs.
Right. This game here is terrible. I'm personally not betting this game, fellas. If I were to, maybe take a shot with the Nationals. Nationals were pretty profitable on the road this season. Like we kind of said, the Braves don't really have much to play for. But you know, you gotta have a strong will to fade the Braves. But getting damn near 2.5 on your money, fading them in a spot where they don't necessarily have to go balls to the wall, I don't think it's a bad place to be. So it's more a play on the price because I got Costi on the show. So I'm going to talk playing on the price. I'm going to take the Nationals on the money line.
I've never taken, literally this entire summer of baseball season, never once taken a favorite.
That's crazy.
There's no value. I mean, you get anything can happen. You lose 285. You have to make up 3 games just to break even. It adds up. I mean, these teams, look, the Braves lost 56 times this year. There's a reason, the prices on that 56 losses were heavy. I mean, they're laying big wood every single night. So it's, early in the season, you can get away with a team like the Orioles where they weren't heavily favored. But that first month, you're getting a lot of value. But then beyond that, I mean, I get it. They're winning a lot of games. But at the end of the day, dogs make money in baseball. I'm with Mitch. I know Mitch is a big dog better in baseball.
Love the dogs. I'm a dog better from way back. Anyways, I don't know, man. The Braves are just whooping. I'll take the over. Obviously, got 10 million things going on here between us. All right. You guys all good on that one?
Yeah, I'm gonna take the Braves run line.
You can take a pot shot at Costi. He hasn't been on the show before.
No.
No?
I come in peace. I like Costi.
We met yesterday.
What did you guys do?
Yeah.
I signed on to the show. He signed on to the
Did you talk about me?
That's where the pot shots came in.
Chris is laughing because that means yes.
Stop. That's not what that means.
It's all right.
I like the over here too. Let's get some runs going.
It's okay. I'm fine. It's fine. What else we got?
What else we got?
Phillies and the Mets. Your man, Taiwan Walker.
Postponed.
You hear me?
Man.
Next game. This was postponed.
Mitch has postponed.
What it looks like. You're doing a million things.
All right.
I think they postponed baseball for the next 3 days.
All right.
It's over.
The Mets should be postponed, man. Oh, Nick Martinez has a paying gig up against the White Sox.
So I'm just dealing with Reese.
Dylan Cease almost was a Ranger. Almost.
Instead we got Mr. Shutout himself, man. He been dealing since you've been bad mouthing my God, Mr. Montgomery. Another gem yesterday. Didn't amount to a win, though. Who's up?
I'll
take the
go.
White Sox. Go ahead, Mitch. Sorry.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Love the White Sox. They're hot. Beating up on Arizona. Going into the home stretch down 37 games under 500. They're excited. Getting that dog price at home. I'm in.
White Sox.
I'm gonna get the foolish and lack vision. I'm gonna keep going with the Padres until they're mathematically eliminated. They've been arguably the hottest team in baseball over the last 2 weeks. Everything just keeps sort of falling into place where they haven't been eliminated yet. So I'm gonna keep going with it. I don't love Nick Martinez, but I think the Padres bats do enough to lift him up here.
Y'all know where I'm going in this one. I'm laying 2.5, maybe 3, maybe even 4 runs with the Padres in this one. That's the only way to go. And it's the same thing I tell every time, and it's still the truth. It is still the truth. Just go look at it, and you'll see for yourself. Every time the Padres win, they never win by a single run. They never win by 2. They rarely win by 2, but when they win big. That's why they are. That's why the record is what it is, but that's why the run differential is so big. So I'll just run it back. So against the Giants, they won by 3. Against the Giants, they won by 4. They lost to the Giants. Beat the Cardinals by 10. Beat the Cardinals by 2. One run game against the Rockies. That's 1. Beat them by 2. Beat them by 2. Beat the A's by 9. Beat the A's by 3. If you're gonna bet the Padres, you don't lay this minus 150. You don't do that because that's a terrible bet because they lose 50% of the time. So what you do is you go try to get you some plus money. Same way how you're trying to take a dog with the White Sox, get the plus money. You're just trying to get the plus money with the Padres, who do win big when they win. I'm gonna lay 2-3 runs with the Padres today.
What's that pay? What's the alternate line pay right now with that? You know,
$15.
I gotta go.
Pays 6. It pays nothing.
Yes, it does.
On what, Padres run line?
Padres laying 2.5, 3. Do 2.5.
Sorry, I got my Ryder Cup stuff up right now.
U.S. is getting smoked right now.
Yeah, they were getting smoked when I was watching it last night.
We need to have Mitch on the Ryder Cup. That guy is the best 6 I've ever seen. Has he told you about his golf game before?
Yeah, we've talked about it a little bit.
The guy literally one putts everything. It's not fair. Everything. It's incredible. I've never seen anything like it.
I'm the worst. I'm the worst 8 handicap in the history of golf. I am. I've said it a million times. I'm the worst.
That minus 2.5 is plus 195. Minus 3.5 is plus 300.
Sign me up. That's where you need to be.
Wow.
It's better than expecting the White Sox to win this baseball game.
Hey,
Chris has had enough. He's done. I think Chris overheated. He's overheating. Royals against the Yankees. Jordan Lyles pitching against Rodon. This looks like a real shit show, too. We've lost Chris altogether now.
He's watching the Ryder Cup.
Jordan Lyles.
And it really is a shit show. I'm so glad the Yankees are out of the playoffs. Makes me feel warm inside.
Now Chris is back. No, we're not going to be able to hear him. That's what's going to happen. So, Chris, you're going to have to leave and come back. That's what it is. At least I had figured out how to do it. Before, it was like the guys would sit here silent. No, I haven't figured out.
Doo-doo-doo. It's the end of baseball, man.
It's just one of those days.
Yep. You get Lyles and Yankees, Ruffolo.
Oh, do I? Oh, it's a gift that keeps on giving. Give me the over. The one thing the Royals have been able to do well down the stretch, even when they've been struggling, is hit left-handed pitching. Remember, Dawn's been a dumpster fire this season, but so is Jordan Lyles. One of the highest home run totals allowed for any starting pitcher this season. I think the Yankees get to him as well. So I got this game around 10, 11 runs at the very least. I'll go with the over 9.
I'm gonna take the Yankees on the money line. They beat up on the Royals this year, 3-0, 5-4, 5-2, 8-5. And Jordan Lyles, you earn a 5-17 record. Even though you're playing for the Royals, you earn that, man. You gotta earn that. This guy's a loser. I'm gonna take the Yankees here, money line.
Costi, if you lose to the Arizona Cardinals, where does that rank you in the grand scheme of from 1 to 32 as far as NFL teams go?
I don't. It's 1 week. I'm not. I'd love to bash him on that. I know this. I'm not gonna kill him. It's 1 week. No overreaction.
You won't be back on the show anytime soon, but that's okay.
NFL's. It stands for not for long for a reason. That means any week, it's a mystery. You just don't know what you're going to get. Not saying the Cardinals are that good, but they ran into a buzzsaw. Could have been an overreaction, and they just a look ahead spot by the Cowboys where they just assumed that was going to be an easy W, and the coaching they got outcoached in every facet of the game. So ranking them,
and outplayed in every facet of the game.
22 after the game, not rankings, but based on somewhere at the low bottom 10.
Do you think it had anything to do with poor coaching and piss poor quarterback play?
I think McCarthy calling the plays. I didn't like him in Green Bay. He took over the play calling. I think he's a terrible play caller, and he doesn't put his players in position. And the plays they were calling were just so basic, kind of like what the Ravens have done for the last 3 years, calling the worst plays ever. Tony Pollard had I think he had 22 rushing attempts, but they're not getting him in open space, screen game, getting him out in the open, not running it up the middle. That's Zeke's job. So they don't have that guy there. That's important for him to get into space and misdirection. None of that. Saw none of that last week.
So, Costi, if you had the Cowboys pretty high on a power ranking and they lose to the Cardinals, about how many spots you think is appropriate to drop them after a loss like that?
5 to 7.
All right. So that's what I did. I dropped them 5 spots. So I had them number 1 in my power ranking last week. I did.
Well, that's ridiculous, but okay.
I had them.
In breaking news, the sky is also blue.
I had them number 1. They're now 5 on my list. So,
49ers are clearly the number 1.
Niners? You want the list? Here we go. Yeah, here we go again.
God, no.
All right.
Niners 1. I got the Chiefs 2. I got the Dolphins 3. I got the Eagles 4. I got the Cowboys 5. And I got the Bills 6.
Then what are the Lions, man, who beat the Chiefs?
They're in there. They're in there. They're probably like 8.
So what would the Seahawks be who beat the Lions?
Nah, they probably like 12.
No.
Yeah, they probably like 12. Nah, they might not even be. They might be like 14.
Didn't drop the Cowboys far enough.
I dropped them 5 spots from 1 to 5. I mean, I think that's pretty good. I still think they're the third best team in the NFC. Maybe, and it's still early. Like Costi said, I ain't overreacting too much.
49ers, the Chiefs team, who is a real Chiefs team, not week 1. Week 1 doesn't count. They had no Kelsey.
Thank you.
80% of your team. Taylor Swift, that gives him another,
right.
90% of the team. It's going up.
Yeah. Chiefs game.
49er, it's theirs to lose. I mean, I know the Eagles are very under the radar. the Dolphins if Tua could stay healthy, which we haven't seen ever.
All right. So what if the Niners come out and struggle with the Cardinals like every other team has this thus far this season?
I wouldn't be surprised. That's a division game. Wouldn't be surprised at all. They play them tough.
Will it say anything about the Niners, or do you think it just is what it is?
I think they match up really well against the Cardinals. I do believe that they could easily beat them down. Look, we don't have tape on Josh Dobbs yet. Everybody's high on him, and they're talking about and they're putting him in, I know you were on the show talking about like who would you take over him, Fields, or we were talking about this the other day. There's no tape on him yet. Give it tape. Give the coordinators 3-4 games tape on him, and I could assure you that he was not that good in college. That I believe he's going to be a elite quarterback in the NFL. They're going to figure him out, take away what he likes, and they don't have enough talent on the outside to be able to overcome that. So they'll struggle this season.
All right, last question. You laying that 14?
No.
All right.
It's a key number. It's 2 touchdowns.
If it was 13, would you lay it?
No, I think the number's right on that game. I don't
12
think
and a half. Would you lay it? What would be the precise number you'd be like, all right, this is a good number. I would lay it with San Francisco.
9.5.
All right, there you go.
Yeah, I was gonna say 9.5. Makes the most sense.
9.5. The Niners are good, man. They didn't even have Ayuk last game.
Yep.
They didn't even have. It's just their scheme, their coaching, everything. They have a pass rush. They have a good secondary, good, great linebackers that move, great offensive line, the best running back in the game, 2 good receivers, and a quarterback that doesn't make mistakes. I mean, that's a recipe for a Super Bowl.
I'll tell you what a recipe for a Super Bowl is. We've got the Rockies against the Twins here at Colorado. Ryan's got a job. This guy was seen as like one of the stars of the team coming into the season up against Ty Block. I mean, Chris, this is your game. I mean, these are your guys. You love Joe Ryan. You love him.
The ace.
You love Joe Ryan.
Thankfully, only this last time I have to talk about Joe Ryan this season.
You're always like Ryan.
I don't know. You don't think he's gonna pitch in the postseason?
Yeah, shoot, I forgot they made the playoffs. I'll go with the over. Lean towards the Twins, but I'm probably avoiding this thing like the plague. So give me the over.
Yesterday, I begrudgingly I did it, but I told y'all the place to be was on the Rockies yesterday against them Dodgers. Boy, man, I think they still scoring. I think they're still putting up runs right now. Going back to them at the crib, man. Y'all know me. I love fading the Twins. They've lost more games on the road than they've won. And the Rockies are hitting the baseball well. Joe Ryan might get his ass lit up today. Sign me up. Colorado Rockies. Money line.
Over. The air's thin, 13 runs. Are they going to play Mexico again next year where they're going to make the totals like 25?
Probably.
They scored 29 runs.
But then didn't they move the total up like 5.5 runs the next day, and then it finished at like 11?
Yeah. It was like 18. Air's thin.
Rockies.
Jake hoping the Rockies play in Mexico next year so he can start rolling his R's.
Rockies.
Los Serpientes and Los Rockies.
Los Serpientes. Who you got, Mitch?
Over.
That's a consensus.
Over.
Rockies got over yesterday.
They were over yesterday. I had the over in that one too. Yeah, it's that time of year. This is what you go with. Anyways, Chris, what are you selling today?
Got my $19 Friday night college football platinum play. Took care of business on college. It's one of the 8 teams that are on the board tonight.
That just sucked the fun out of it for me.
One of these days I'm going to fall for it, and I'm not going to be.
I've been trying for 2 years.
I got that play on the board. We took care of business on college football yesterday, hoping to go 2-0 again tonight. So I got a bonus play. If you got a long-term pass, you'll get that play, but this is the best time to take advantage of it with that college football and NFL this weekend.
Yep. I have 5 plays now because one of my baseball got canceled. So I have 1 in college football, 4 in Major League Baseball. You can hop on my $19 play of the day. We dropped it last night, but we have hit 7 of our last 9 on the play of the day in Major League Baseball. So we're seeing the board well there. Trying to cash again tonight. Hop on there. You can hop on, like I said, long term. College football, the NFL on the weekend. So 3-day pass on a Friday, the best way to go.
I got 1 college football and 1 baseball. And we'll let Costi talk about the sharp trading plays. Sharp trading plays.
Right now, currently, we have 11 total games, 1 tonight, 5 tomorrow, 6 on Sunday. We'll be adding more in real time, as well as first halves, second half trading that our buddy Mr. Dime Club Eric does. And if you're really trying to just be fully intertwined into treating your betting as a business and honestly being aware every day of there's always other opportunities that we jump on, especially mid-game, come on to Sharp Trading Plays. Make sure you have a fairly sized bankroll to handle all the volume, because a lot of the stuff we do, me and Mitch talk about all the time, all the bets were made Monday and Tuesday. So you have to have that liquidity in your account, or otherwise you can't keep betting throughout the week. So come on over, give me a call. It's right on the platform on pickdogs.com, and I'll gladly explain the program.
775-636
7674.
636-7674. 775-636-7674.
Say it backwards.
8675309.
775-636-7674.
Today.
Call today. But that's not all. A place for your keys.
Act down, we'll double your offer.
And
there's
we'll
always
get you
more.
Sharp Trading Plays and the Dime Club.
This offer is not available in stores.
It's not available on our website. You have to call the number. It's 775-636-7674. I'll tell you, a lot of people are pretty happy about it. That's for sure.
They are, and a lot, and the people that I talk to, the ones that don't have big bankrolls, I literally show them the leaderboard. I say, pick the top guy. This is for you. Build your account up. Get into it. Build your accounts up. I mean, I literally coach them through each guy, which guy's the best for their style.
It's not for everyone, but it's for the people that it's for. It's great, and that's what I say in my videos when I promote it. That this isn't for everyone. Call the number, right? Or text the number. There's no obligation, right? No, nothing like that. Worst comes to worst, you get stuck talking to Costi for a couple minutes.
Well, if Jay's nice to me, I'll start promoting him more, because most of the time right now it's just Mitch and Chris. If he's nice to me, it's.
They're just there to fade my ass. Fade Mitch. Watch fade Mitch.
Well, you guys don't talk to clients. I've literally had clients call me to buy a product to fade me in the past. Like, why would you ever commit to something? It makes no sense. It's like
you're the fade, right? Yes, that's what I'm just saying. Fade.
Here, I'll put it in the comments. Sharp Trading Plays is 775-636-7674. And then also we have the bailout stuff, but this is kind of like, so what Sharp Trading Plays is, let me just explain to everybody really quickly, and then we'll get on with more games. I've been talking to everybody about like how we can bot trade accounts and do all those sort of things and bail you out from, if you're in a deep hole with your book. This is more like you're more involved in this, right? This is like you're getting the plays, you're putting the plays in, you're on top of it, you're betting on the teams. If you let me do it, well, that's you're not going to be cheering for the Chiefs on Sunday or something. It's not for like the regular sports better. Syndicate betting is different. This is as close as you can get to syndicate betting without actually having somebody else making the actual bets for you. Sharp trading.
It's exactly that. And then a lot of times people's pricing is different based on different books that they use. And I either tell you to buy, very rarely do I tell you to buy to the number based on the price that I give out. But if you don't have that price, it's just more of a pass approach. Wait till the price improves, because most bettors don't understand the difference between a price. They just care, well, no, you already like this team. Why don't you take the Eagles? Well, no, the price is off by 2 points. They don't understand that it's just move on the game and don't play it all together. So I do a lot of coaching, 24/7 tech support. Probably shouldn't do it, but I do it because for whatever reason, people like to text me at 3 a.m. and I have to respond. Is that once you're in it and you really get it, it's all about the value of the number. And if you're just throwing up volume constantly with what we do, because we play a lot of games, if you're in it, it's a very profitable entity. I'm just happy to be a part of this platform.
All right. Good enough. Brewers and the Cubs. Cubs suck.
Cubs suck.
I'm taking the Brewers in this one. The Cubs have now lost 8 in a row on the road. The Marlins own the tiebreaker over them. And the Brewers, the reason why they won the division, because they beat up on the Cubs head-to-head this year. They pounded them. I'm taking the Brewers. Reyes on the mound. It was supposed to be Woodruff. They swapped him out. My guess, Woodruff is going to start game 1 of the playoff, of the wild card. And that's why they scratched him. Tosti, Chris, Jay, anyone?
I like the Brewers here. It's momentum. They have beat up on the Cubs this entire season, and the Cubs are down with the ship right now. They're just not seeing anything that's gonna get them out at this point. And yeah, I did see that pitching change. That makes perfect sense. They're gonna start him in that wild card, so they're giving him rest. I like the Brewers here. Nice. I usually, it's 105. It's not I don't play favorites, but that doesn't count. I usually use minus 110 as the barometer. Anything further than that's a favorite. So I like the Brewers here.
Yeah, I'm going to stick with the under 8 in this one. I do lean towards the Brewers, but Milwaukee lately, look at that game against their series against the Cardinals. They were winning games with their defense, winning with pitching. Won 3-0, 3-2. I think it's going to be another one of those similar kind of games. Hendricks has pitched better on the road this season, and 2 games against Milwaukee this season, he's given up 3 runs, 1 earned over 12 innings of work. So I think there's a bit of a pitcher's duel brewing here. I like the under 8, lean towards the Brewers.
I hope all Cub fans have lost the 4-letter word that they have held on to for majority of the season.
We don't use that word here, Jay.
It's over. I didn't say the word. I didn't say it.
We don't use that word here.
The 4-letter.
You can't say Voldemort.
The 4-letter word. I think it's gone now. It's over. But if
Tosti, you know what the 4-letter word is?
There's a sliver. There's a sliver still left. So I gotta.
Is that called hope?
Yes.
Hope.
It is.
Yes.
That was a good guess.
Yes. It's hope. Hope is a bad thing. It's the worst thing a team can have. Is hope. We're anti-hope. Hope, aspirations, dreams, they're all the same in our book. No hope, no aspirations, no dreams.
Nothing.
It's bad because what it'll do is make you hang on to all your crap for future. I mean, as the Orioles, you guys know it. You held on to that Davis or whatever his name was, right? Because they paid him.
He's still the number 1 contract for the team.
Oh man,
Most expensive player on the payroll right now.
What do they owe him?
Too much. I think he's making like 30. I don't know if he's still, I have to check it this year, but he was making like 45, 35 a year. Still. If they only just allowed him to just keep taking Adderall, things would have been much better.
Oh well.
How do you go from being that good to that bad? I mean,
Well, because you gave him the money. He had nothing else to play for. They took away his steroids. They took away everything. He had nothing.
yeah, but in baseball, like when you give people money, do they still have incentive to still play good?
Well, look at the Padres. That's your answer. That's what you get. San Diego Padres. A team with just falling apart. They stink. Cubs. They're done.
Done.
Eight in a row on the road. Well, I'll tell you another team that still has some aspirations, playoff dreams. Cincinnati Reds. They've had a lot of chances this year too. They've let slip away from them.
The difference is they got the damn Cardinals, and you know, I really thought the loss the other day really hurt them, but like you said, they still got a sliver of hope, and this one I'm gonna ride with them. I'm taking the Reds here because it's not over. It's not. Um, I don't think they get in because I see the Marlins closing it out with a favorable schedule, but I don't mean don't try. And with the Cardinals out here, man, I'm gonna take a shot. Give me Cincinnati Reds. They play their best baseball on the road. Um, Offense has stepped up in a few spots here down the stretch. I think they're the better team playing the better baseball, low key. I'm gonna take a shot with the Reds on the road.
I'm going to take the Reds also. I've been fading the Cardinals all season. I've done pretty well doing it. The only good things that have come out of St. Louis this season was being able to unload Jordan Montgomery and Flaherty. And,
I appreciate Montgomery. Thank you.
We'll see if you like it next week.
Pitching really well right now.
He's okay.
Reds for me too. I like the Reds. They need something. They have a glimmer of hope for another 24 hours.
Jay, what was worse for you, the Sam Houston State loss or the Rangers loss?
They were right up there. They were running like they happened like between that, like it was like a period, like they kind of went back to back.
Yeah, we've all been double whammied before, but it's been a while since I've been hit just so.
You were on Sam Houston State last night?
Yes, I was.
And the Rangers. He got them both. And the Marlins.
Sam Houston, what were they, 1st and 10 on the 1 yard line?
They were leading with
They needed to wait more time.
They had a 7-point lead with 13 seconds left. I'm getting 6.5. They lose by 7. That's
No, I think they had an 8-point lead.
Oh yeah, you're even right. It was an 8-point lead. That's even worse.
Yeah, twist the knife.
Oh my god.
Has a team went into triple overtime yet when they go to that 2 down from the 2 1-point conversion? Or they go back and forth?
Yeah, it's happened a couple times.
That's my favorite.
No more of these 73-71 SEC games.
They just go back. They score more. No, they score. What was it last year? I think it was Penn State. They went into like 10 overtimes, but they do the one play back and forth, back and forth.
Yeah.
Back and forth.
I'm going to take Cincinnati here as well.
Sweep it.
Yeah, they're playing really well on the road. They played well. They're better baseball on the road all season long. And I'm not about to back the Cardinals at this point, so give me the Reds as well.
That's a consensus. The screen should light up.
Chris got the lamp back there. He don't light it for us no more.
It's hard because if it sits,
I love that.
if it sits dormant, if the lamp sits dormant for like 5 minutes, I got to reset the app and I got to recalibrate it.
I might got to get a lamp.
Mitch, do you ever play that Miami Dolphins fight song on the show?
No, I sing it though.
Yeah, he does.
I was in that stadium when when you guys had no wins, and I came down there for a Ravens game and they beat us, and they sang it the whole time. I literally heard it in my head for a month.
Miami has the Dolphins, the greatest football team.
They're number one.
Take the ball from goal to goal like no one's ever seen. They're in the air, they're on the ground, they're always in control. And when you say Miami, you're talking Super Bowl because we're the Miami Dolphins. It's so bad.
That's crazy.
So bad.
It's so bad.
It's so bad.
Costy's shirt's not dark enough to
So
hide
the guy
pain
who
that's
wrote
coming
the
out of his
song, the
ears.
Miami Dolphins song, I mean, this probably I know these guys is way before their time, but the guy who wrote the Miami Dolphins song, like, wrote it for like half the teams in the NFL. So like he didn't think anyone would want it. So like the Dolphins and the Oilers both had the same song, and then they played for the song, and the Oilers won, but the Dolphins kept the song anyway.
They played for the song.
Oh yeah. They played for the song. That was the Earl Campbell game. You've probably seen the tearaway jersey game, like when they still had the tearaways. Remember the tearaway jersey? I love the tearaway jersey, the horse collar. I mean, and the helmet slap. I love all those.
I just realized why the Bears are in the position that they're in because you haven't sung the Chicago Bears song this year.
Oh, it's true. Do you know the Bears song, Costi?
No,
Bear down, Chicago Bears.
I have not.
Oh
Watch,
my God!
I say this, they're gonna win this week. I'm calling it right
Bear
now.
down, Chicago Bear.
Yeah, the Ravens are the only team that has a band. We actually have a band. We used to have a band section in the stadium before.
Seahawks have a band.
Do they?
Yeah, I think so. Oh no, maybe they're no. The Redskins used to.
I guess it's got probably a Beltway thing
Yeah,
down
because
here.
they're the pride and joy of Illinois. Bear down, Chicago Bears. You've never been to like a sports book in Vegas, like when the Bears score and like the whole place just breaks out. Bear down, Chicago Bears.
Guess I'm never in Vegas when there's Bears fans there.
We'll never forget the way we thrilled the nation with our T formation. No.
Yeah. I'm
It's
going
the
reverse
best,
line
man.
this
Missed
week.
that one.
I'm going alternate line this week. Bears minus 6.5.
Oh man, it's like the
They're
Bear
new.
song is classic, and it's like I lived in Chicago, so like I. But also in Vegas sports books, when the Bears score, it's not uncommon for the whole place to break out into Bear Down Chicago.
Into song.
Yeah, Washington's kind of like a two team place, right? Close enough. Ravens and
Yeah, we're about 35 minutes away from.
yeah, it's a two team place.
Yeah,
Anyway,
we've got
speaking of
going
two
on
team
there.
places, the A's leaving Oakland, so it'll be a one team town against the Angels. Still sell by the seashore on the mound here for the Angels. Chris, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm going to take the A's here. I think it's just one of those, series we talk about him over the last week of the season where might as well just take a shot on the underdog, and I just don't want any part of the Los Angeles Angels. Waldenchuk hasn't been terrible. He's been a lot better this season than he was last year, or at least earlier on this season. And I think Oakland can get it done. They swept the Angels last time these guys met, at the beginning of the month. I think they get another win here. Give me the A's plus money.
Give me the A's as well. This one's I like this game a lot. We've been fading the Angels blindly since the trade deadline. It's just every day you wake up, you have an automatic play. Fade the Angels. I told y'all we were going to be profitable doing that. And we've been damn near profitable doing that. And we're going to ride it here as well. Taking the Oakland A's. Ken Waldichuk, man. Y'all know I like Sears and Waldichuk for the A's. Give me Oakland.
100. Don't let those 110 losses fool you.
Let it fool you.
So money. I mean, you're only getting plus 120 on a 110 loss team. That should tell you everything you need to know. Sometimes the number tells the whole story. Taking the A's. Plus 120 on the road with a 110 loss team.
Sound the alarm. I'm on the A's too.
Chris has got the lamp, right?
Yeah.
Chris lights the lamp. Chris
Hey,
there you go.
There we go.
it's just annoying because if we sweep a game, that's what I have to do all the times. I have to turn around and press the button.
Well, now we actually have a couple of real games on the way. We've
Here we
got
go.
Los
Here we go.
Serpientes.
All right.
Los Serpientes hosting the Astros. It is Friday night, so you know they'll be in the Los Serpientes sand-colored jerseys. Got our earth tones,
on a Friday.
light blue shoes. Yeah, it's Los Serpientes all the way. Costa, you like the Los Serpientes jerseys in Arizona? We're big fans here.
I have to be honest with you. I've maybe watched 5 games outside of the Orioles this year.
Well, on this show, this has been our second favorite bit of the year. Is Los Serpientes. This one's gonna stick. Like certain bits we do, they come and go. Like I say, like Baker Mayfield holds onto his balls too long, and it's like that bit came and went. It's like it never really got any traction. Ruffolo, I got a chuckle out of him, but it's like it comes and goes. But it's like this Los Serpientes, we've really rallied behind this team. We love the Los Serpientes, the earth tones, the sand, the rust, the light blue, the browns. I mean, they got it all going on there in Arizona.
I like it.
Up against the Astros, the kings of September and October. I mean, the last 5 years plus. Zach Gallen on the mound. Worst year Gallen's had in a while. He's a career sub-3 ERA guy. He's at 3.49 here. And Chris, Tyler France, or JP France, the worst of the bunch here. Jay's like, I'm fading his ass. I see France. I'm fading his ass. I thought France was going to be out of the rotation when they got Verlander, but they kept him around just to be abused on this show. Okay, what do you think?
You know what I think? I'm taking Los Serpientes on a Friday. We got Gallen on the mound. This damn near was my play of the day. It's not.
It fits your system.
Yeah. This was all the way. I know when y'all opened up y'all's phone today and saw this game, y'all said Jay's on the Diamondbacks because I'm on the Diamondbacks. We're at home. We got Gallen fading the Stros. Sign me up, man.
Costa, here's Jay's model that he uses on his games.
You get a pen and paper. Do I need a pen?
Yeah, it's a simple process.
It's fairly
a simple process. So here's the way it works. Okay, if you're in the American League West and you're competing with the Rangers for a postseason spot or really anything at all, if you have a better record than the Rangers or if you're competing with them, so if the Astros win out and the Rangers win out, then it's tie for the top of the division, right? For the division. But right. I think the Astros might even have the tiebreaker on them. But the thing is that with Jay's theory, if you're an AL West team, now it's really expanded to almost any team in baseball, like the Braves. If you have a better record than the Rangers, then you just take the other team. That's what he does. So we just fade him. I'm taking the Astros in this one.
On the year so far with that, what he's actually produced.
Oh, it doesn't. He's busted up many a parlay. I'm taking the Astros to bust up Jay's parlay. France sucks. I mean, he's going to get rocked, but it's those bats of the Astros that are going to do the damage. What happens is Gallen comes out of the game. They bring in Fidel Castro, and it's all over. It's like, who was the guy? Who was the piece of crap that blew that save last week for the Diamondbacks in that day game they had? Oh man, who was it against? It was like he walked in the run, he walked in the next run. It's like, I think his name was Fucker. I forget what his real name was. Because that's what I was calling him.
I've seen you in action with the TVs up, so just yelling, screaming. It's pretty entertaining. I like the Astros here. Anytime I get the Astros on a dog price, especially when they're fighting for their lives, they can't afford to lose any games. Their bats are hot, September, October. That's when they really, really turn it on. I think they have one of the better over the last couple of years. I mean, they have more firepower than in years past. The pitching's not as strong, but the firepower is definitely there. So I like them getting that 115.
That
Was
Gallen.
it against the Yankees?
Yeah, it was against the Yankees.
Kevin Ginkel?
Yeah, that's who it was. Ginkle.
Dinkle,
So
Kevin.
laces out. It's like
That's what I started calling him.
it was. Laces out, man.
Einhorn. Start calling him Einhorn.
That was just terrible, man.
Oh
Is
man.
Jay a baseball player? You just have a baseball.
Jay caught the ball at the Rangers
It's a
game.
prop.
Run ball, so I just be messing with it from time to time.
Jay caught a ball at the Rangers game. Stole it from some 6-year-old kid sitting next to him. Ripped it out of his hands. Did one of these.
Jay does like the dive over the empty row and like gets up, runs up like 12 rows.
Knocks over someone's beer, some old lady's beer. Stepped on her pretzel. Got it. The guy next to him's like, those are $4 at the stand downstairs, right? All right.
Oh, man. Chris, you joining me, man? They tripping. You joining me?
I'm going Switzerland here. I'm taking the under 9. I'm staying neutral. I think this has potential. I think this has potential to be a playoff type atmosphere, pitchers duel. JP France pitches better baseball on the road, and we know what Zach Allen's done at home this season. An ERA just over 2, so give me the under 9.
Up next.
Jay's at a crossroads here.
We got the Mariners against the Rangers. It's,
Who?
woo.
Who?
Woohoo.
My guy.
Woohoo.
My guy.
Up against Eovaldi here for the Rangers.
Y'all know where I'm at. 8-2 this year is all I gotta say. Is 8-2. They got lucky last night. That was pure luck. That was just
man. Usually what happens is they ride the momentum into the next day.
We're still a game away. One from that playoff berth, man. One away. I stayed up last night. I thought I was gonna be able to jump around in my kitchen like everybody else was, celebrating the playoff berth. 2 away is the magic number for the division. We get both. We get this one today. We get it tomorrow. We close them out. We don't even get Astros a chance. Give me the Rangers behind Eovaldi, who's been our best starter this year. He has. He got hurt. He came out. He was a little shaky. He's been better recently. Woo isn't my guy. He's on the list of my guys, man. We got to fade him tonight. Rangers get back right. And we're getting plus money with a team that's kicked the crap out of the Mariners all year. Give me the Rangers. Money line. Back on the horse. You fade me, Mitch?
I'm taking the Mariners. I just like to go on the other side of Jay just for argument's sake.
I'll take the Mariners.
I just think they ride the momentum into this one. I just think the Rangers are a bunch of pretenders. I think they're going to be watching the playoffs at home this season. I think the Astros and the Mariners get in.
No, you don't. You don't believe that.
All right.
You don't.
So I only got a couple more days to get out of this bit. Jay, what's the record for the Mariners against the Rangers this season?
Well, it's the last day because unless you do it on the weekend.
Well, I'll if I show up, I'll still ask him.
Costa doesn't do the weekend show. Eric does the weekend show. He
8-2.
does enough for all of us.
I wanted to go 8-3.
9-2. 9-2 after today.
No, I'm taking the over. Woo's given up 6. Woo's given up 6 runs in each of his 2 starts against the Rangers, a 20.25 ERA across 5 1/3 innings of work. And Eovaldi just faced the Mariners, gave up 5 runs in 5 innings. Total 7.5, way too low here. I know it's a big game for both these teams, but I think we see some offense in this one. I'm going over.
Let's go, Texas.
Lean towards Seattle.
I'm trying to pop champagne in my kitchen. Like I'm in the locker room.
He pops champagne, Jason like slips on the floor or something.
Yeah, I'm trying to put my goggles on in the kitchen.
You don't even lie to me. You're getting a Sprite.
Now I might get some
Who
champagne.
who you trying to fool?
I might get some champagne, man. Man,
Girlfriend will hate you after that one.
I don't think y'all understand what it's like being a Rangers fan. Like I don't think
I know,
y'all-
but we it's more fun to fade you. I mean, you don't understand how fun it is to take the other side. I mean,
Trust
what
me.
was more fun for me in the Oregon-Colorado game? Being on the other side or winning the money? It was totally, I can just tell you. You don't even have to guess. It was being on the other side.
At what point do you turn your hat inside out this weekend, Jay?
So,
Sunday.
Get the rally
So-
going.
Nobody has really written this, but I ain't wore the cowboy hat all week. We can't pull that one back out until after. When you lose the worst team in the league, can't do it. So we've been in the Rangers hat all week, but they've been doing us well up until last night.
Well, that's the way they've been streaky bad at times this season. They went into that big tailspin earlier.
Yeah, so we'll see. We'll see.
Well, we will see. Julio's pissed. He's mad. He's mad. They're going to be mad.
It's Meta's fault for walking them down the day before we got at him.
Deshaun Watson might have just got injured.
For real.
Yeah. Apparently he threw a pass. He overthrew a pass at practice and then walked over to the trainer, and they're probably prepping DTR to play.
Wow, that's a good news for Cleveland. I thought he was at the Mel Tucker pep rally.
Jesus.
Hey,
Hope
man.
everybody bet the Ravens at 3, getting the 3.
Yeah, now we talked about that yesterday. Is this the last time in the regular season I get to fade Lance Lynn?
There's only 3 games left, so I'm guessing so.
Woo!
Maybe they'll play him today, tomorrow, and Sunday.
Use him under the bullpen.
Like the Kurt
You haven't given
Kershaw.
up enough home runs this season. You're only at 40.
I got to. I just want my last chance during the regular season. I gotta fade him. I like the over as well. It's just a pure fade of Lynn. I'm here to fade his ass.
Sorry, I sold Lance Lynn short. He's actually given up 43 home runs this season.
Yeah. Mitch running out of chance to take the Giants. Do they get the 500, Mitch, for you? Do they get the 5?
I'm taking the Giants. I'm taking them today. I'm taking them tomorrow against Kershaw. I'm taking them all the way home.
Pop back up with the little like thing. Froze.
Did I? Froze again. Second time this show. All right.
What you like, Costi?
Take the Giants at home.
Okay. Can we sweep?
Oh, it looks like I'm getting my Dodger Speedo out to be on Dodger Island. I'm going to stick with the Dodgers.
Oh.
I just can't stand Keaton win. I can't stand the Giants. And Lance Lynn, yeah, he's been getting hit hard. He's giving up home runs left and right, but Dodgers are still 8-2 in his 10 starts, and
Right.
I'm not rushing to bet this thing. You got a team that's playing to get to 500, and a team in Dodgers that you don't really know if they're going to start resting guys because they don't have anything to play for. But I think they have the buy out of the wild card, so maybe they keep guys fresh. I don't know, but I'm going to go with the Dodgers here.
Fair enough. That's the last game.
I don't know what some of these teams' level of motivation is, especially the
What's
Dodgers.
your level of motivation?
I honestly don't know. At some point, some days,
What drives you?
What drives you?
popcorn chicken.
I'm uncomfortable looking at a black screen. It's. I don't know what's.
Oh, I'm still. Oh, I'm watching preview mode. So
There he is.
I don't know what was going. Anything could be back there.
Also, it looks like the ring, and he starts crawling out from the.
Yeah.
all right, funny guy. It's all fun and games.
You're full of jokes.
All right. Well, you guys know what time it is. It's that magical moment. Chris, take her away.
All right, my parlay, we're going to go with the under 8.5 between the Guardians and the Tigers, the Orioles money line, and the Braves run line.
Going with the I don't got a name for it today, but we're gonna take the Marlins, and then we're gonna go with the. I'm just here to fade your ass. We're gonna fade the Rays. We're gonna fade the Twins, and we're gonna fade Lance Lynn. So here we go.
Taking the Mariners. I'll take Mariners. I'll take NC State plus the points, and I'll take UTEP. Costi, parlaying,
Parlay.
playing the game.
Playing the game. I'm in.
There's no refunds.
Okay, it's fine. I'll take the Utes. Wrong team is favored in that game.
Joe
I like
Pesci's
NC
favorite
State.
team. The Brook. It's the
unfortunate because
Brooklyn's
I don't like
team.
giving out Brooklyn's team. Okay.
Yes,
All right.
couple of Utes.
Yeah. I would give out NC State, but it's a bad line. I like 5.5. I don't like 3.5. Caught me.
You could always tease it up.
It's a parlay, so it ain't the end of the world to do.
I mean, we'll mock you when you're not here, but
I feel like this has got to be good luck. I'll take
remember
Seattle.
Costi was on teasing it up.
I'll take Seattle. That's the key game in the parlay. So if you just want to take it straight and then key it with the other teams
And lose money, then do it.
Seattle, Orioles, and the Utes. Seattle, Orioles, and the Utes.
Fade your ass. Friday show, guys. We made it. We made
Did
it.
make it. Trying to get Tony Mieja onboarded. He's blocked himself. Maybe he didn't like my Ralph Michaels bit.
I'll see y'all boys in the morning, man, for the weekend show, talking some college football. Still got a little baseball, so we'll see if anybody wants.
The Mets game is canceled. Anyways, they're saying that there's a state of emergency in New York with the flooding.
Oh, it's not lack of interest.
It could be lack of interest.
Okay, just
Could have something to do with it.
So yeah, man, I'll see y'all in the morning. I'm gonna bring in all the guys. So tune in. Let's make some money.
All right. Thanks, everybody. Make it a winning day. We appreciate each and every one of you. Costi, thanks for coming by.
glad to be here.
You're welcome anytime, except most of the time.
After baseball season, I'll glad to be here.
Well, we actually have some really light weeks, so it's going to be a lot of filler coming in the coming weeks between now and till NBA starts and college hoops. Then college hoops comes, it's like, oh man, all bets are off until the same time next year.
Yep.
Jay showed up at the All-Star break. He hasn't left yet. Chris Ruffolo was here just to cover hockey. Never left. It's like he showed up, he just never left.
What's your favorite team name in college basketball?
College basketball? Oh, we love the Blue Hose of Presbyterian. We have a whole bit. We have a bit that we do: 1 ho, 2 ho, red ho, blue ho. Then we have the. We also, of course, I guess it's definitely the. How about you guys? What do you guys? Is the Blue Hose? Is that our best bit that we got?
Blue Hose is our best bit for sure.
Blue Hose. It's like, who comes up with that, man? It's like the Blue Hose. That bitch is a Blue Hose.
What's the mascot of Incarnate Word?
Oh, word up.
Word up.
Yeah,
I had no idea. I had no idea George
that.
Washington changed their name.
To what? The Colonials?
The Revolutionaries.
No.
I swear to God, they're the George Washington Revolutionaries,
What they used to be.
colonials.
Colonial. Yeah.
Oh. Why they changed it?
The Revolutionaries.
It's like,
That well, also Long Beach State, the beaches.
Yeah, what up, beach?
What up, beaches? We got all kinds of bits here.
Exciting.
We're starving for material. We make it up as we go along, and when we run out of material, we just make up stuff about our competitors. Treat it as fact. Yeah, we just smear them, treat it as fact. Yeah. All right. Thanks everyone for joining us. We appreciate each and every one of you. We know you have a lot of choices out there of shows, and we actually did some picks today, so keep the bitching to a minimal. Thanks everyone. Make it a winning day. I'm going to try and act more professional tomorrow.